What is going on? What's going on, guys? I've sent out some chaining marches while we get the stream started here. What is going on? So we're going to be spending a bunch of armament transmutation stones to try and fix up some of my armaments and get the stats a little bit better. I'm also going to be doing some farms in the daily grind and everything like that. And I got multiple accounts to do it on, so I got this one here, my main account, and my second account as well. I haven't chained in a minute. I've been very busy with farms and my other account. As this is a farm KVK basically. You can tell I haven't been chaining if my quick command's not fixed up. So we're just hanging out a bit here, and then in a few minutes, once we start up a little bit, in a few more minutes we'll start going through all my armaments and stuff and start transmuting, see what we can fix up here. And we can do either this account or my second account first. So we have not too many, only 125 to use up, and 2 crystals to use up. So we have a little bit, not a massive amount, but a decent amount here. So I think for my main account, I'm either going to be working on my second delta here and fix up this triple stat, or my main set to try and get it a little bit better, because the stats at the moment are just awful. So probably want to fix up the steel skins. Alright, probably the flurry. So I'll probably keep the defense locked and keep rolling, see if I can get lucky. So I'll probably spend all my stones on that for this account, but we'll see how we go. That guy looks like he's inactive. Yeah, so we'll do that shortly and hopefully we can get lucky. We did our Spartans. We did Spartans account, Spartans account the other day or the other week, and we got really lucky. So hopefully we can get the same luck here, but we'll see. We will see. Just let me know if you guys can hear me or not. And then we'll also, after we do all the armament stuff, we'll be going over my second account's kingdom migration and see how it looks. So we got about 30 billion kill points worth migrated in. It's not, in the grand scheme of things, in the Imperium level, it's not a massive amount, but my second account's in a D seed, and 30 billion kill point migration is pretty substantial. But we are going to be doing armaments and everything first. So for this set, guys, what do you reckon? If you guys are comfortable in typing, do you reckon I focus on the flurry here to get, these low rolls up, or the thrasher? Because all damage is bad, but it could be worse. What do you guys reckon? I personally think I'm going for the flurry. But what do you reckon? That's a bad chain. Alright, we'll get started after this chain here. We'll start spending a bunch of these stones and see if we can get lucky. So we're going over here, and so what we're going to be doing is re-rolling the flurry and seeing if we get lucky. So at the moment it is basically all low rolls, so we're going to just lock the defense and see if we need to get all damage or a much higher attack because 1.7% is just awful. We got 125 stones to use. So we'll click yes and type in our secondary password here. Okay, that's not what you want, especially on cavalry. No. No. These stones go down so fast. Bruh. What is my PD at? Okay. Surely we're due sometime. We keep getting March speed. Okay, I'm not even going to bother locking that. Okay, we've gone through 2 stones. Oh, it reset because we got a March speed. That's so annoying. Let's go. Okay, that paid off finally. And we'll spend the last 15 stones on this to see if we can get lucky. I doubt we will. Yeah, nah. But we'll take that. We got like a quite a bit more upgraded there. Let's do this one. Oh, we've already finished that out. That is all good. So I think that's all we're going to do for now on this account, because we don't have many stones to really do much else. So we'll claim these rewards up here. We'll open a few things. And so hopefully eventually by the end of the event we'll have, we'll finish this off. And then we can swap over my archer set as well, which we'll do that before Kingsland. AZ man, what's going on? We just finished upgrading this set here on my main account. So we literally just finished it. So this set here on the flurry, I got it to 3.1% health and 2.3% defense, and then so next time I get a crystal, I need to keep rerolling to get rid of this March speed. That's what we're gonna do. I might as well spend a few more stones here because I got them, so why not? I think this is out of the city, isn't it? That's all good. So we'll return one of these marches and we'll come back to this account after I do my second account. So we'll just return all these marches and we'll come back to this account to finish it off after we do our second account. So I'll swap over and then we'll start transmuting on my other account. We'll just swap emails here. Welcome Xenaman. Remember to leave a like on the stream as well, guys. I would greatly appreciate that. AR at 166, let's go, subscribers. So this account is pretty stacked as well. Nowhere near enough, transmutation stones. So we have so many crystals. So we absolutely load on crystals. At the moment, this set is pretty decent. Like this double inscription here is just insane. Anyway, so we're not going to work on this one. I think we're going to try and work on this one, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't actually decided what to work on yet. I'm going to try and main archer, which is this set here. So we'll see if we can increase the strength on this one anymore. The crystals for sure have, yeah. I mean, a lot of people have a lack of these crystals here, but I have a lack of stones, ironically, on this account. I think what we're going to do, we're going to try and make a secondary pincer. So possibly it's going to be good to try and transmute one of these to try and get the stats up a little bit more. Just got to pick an armament if we have a sort of decent scroll at the moment. No, we don't. So what we need to do, we need to see if we have a good infantry scroll with the inscription so we can re-roll and try and get lucky. So this one's really, I don't know, should I go for all damage here and lock the top two? But the robust is pretty good. Oh, I could swap that, and you know what, do you reckon? 3.5, yeah, I think I'll swap this, so it's on the scroll, that, so we'll swap this one over here, which should be infantry. That one there, enhance, will convert to pincer. Yep. There we go, and then we'll put the toppler on that one. So let's just swap this over to pincer. So, you know, arch isn't really relevant anymore, especially for field marches. So we're going to be using this one, and then we'll enhance it with the toppler inscription. Yep, let's go. Do you switch your mains archer set to wedge 2.0? I have not just yet. So topplers on that, which is nice. I'm going to be swapping that over just before Kingsland, so I can try and get all the this conversion crystals or stones or whatever you want to call it as quick as possible. So now we have 10-15 rolls or so. Let's see if we can get lucky. Let's really hope we can get lucky here. How's our pity? Obviously going to be at 0. Let's go. And on this account I haven't swapped it over either, and this is going to cost way more. Oh, not what I wanted. That is literally the lowest one I could have gotten. What is that? Okay, well that has got to be one of the worst luck I've ever seen for Armaments. So open for that one there. Nothing, okay. But over time we will work on it. So that's good enough at the moment, but what we got to do now is keep transmuting on this one and see if we can get some better stats. Because Annexar, you don't want barb damage on it, yeah. I get so lucky on my other accounts, but not on this account. But yeah, this is my main archer set that I need to swap over on my second account. But you know, it's going to take quite a lot of stones at the moment. So we'll swap back over to my main account here. We'll do a little bit more upgrading, and then that'll be it for the armament upgrades. And then we can go to farms, training, all that good daily grind stuff here, guys. There we go. So I haven't maxed any of my commanders just yet, so we're going to do that before Kingsland as well. So I'm just going to put all my gear on my commanders here, so I know what I should work on. So this one's decent, not there's good inscriptions, but pretty bad rolls. But I got to fix this up next time I get a crystal. But I think I'm going to work on my second delta and fix up my determined here. So I'll go in here. We have we're halfway there, but not quite. So we're just going to keep going like this. Secondary password. We're not going to bother locking the defense since it's so low. Roll so low. Okay, I'll take that. I guess we'll just try and go for the triple sat here. One more roll. No, unlucky. But we'll take that. I'll take more health over that. So it's looking better now. Looking much better now and quite usable. Let's claim this, and then we don't have any progress on this really. Yeah, not too much. And let's get that done. There we go. And I cannot stand hoarding my formation chests, so I just love opening them up right away. And there we are. No luck as per usual, but remember, you know, it all comes and goes in waves. Some people get lucky in armament, some people get lucky in gear, but it'll come, it'll come. So that's the finish with the armaments here. And so thank you guys for watching that. But now we're going to go on to farms and just daily activities in general. So pretty decent upgrades. We upgraded this set here for extra health. Unfortunately got March speed with it, but you know, it is what it is. But we should be getting a another crystal in 30 days once this restarts, and from KVK as well during Kingsland. So pretty decent. You're not in a rush since that account to finish KVK. Yeah, you're right there. I got plenty of time, especially because we're doing a farm KVK next. So we got quite a lot of time to prepare and to finish that off. But we had a bunch of mountain warfares pop off today. It's not too many people buy this one because it's the third one, and usually 2 Mountain Warfares are enough to max tech. But some people want to max it for past 7, I presume. Or they just want to spend because they have the money. So just claim all of these. And I got a bunch of accounts in the main alliance, so we can claim these ones a few times. So it'll be a little. I like it. It's quite satisfying claiming all these gifts. So as you can see, I got 4 accounts in here. So I'm pretty lucky to have those in there in the main alliance. Hey, Azarex Gaming, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. You just missed out upgrades, but I will shorten the clips down and repost on the video. As you can see here, literally just then I just cracked 1,200 days of speed up, so that's really good. And I'm saving up my Kaha's bone whistles. I've only been using them when I need to for the quests, so we'll do that all before Kingsland. And I'm not rushing my tech or anything. I've just been spending it. You know, I haven't been really speeding them up unless I get Bastion quests, so it's pretty chill. And I haven't even spent that many crystals, I don't think, because I haven't been chaining that much. As you can see, I've got no kills since there was literally no fighting in that pass opening. Yeah, almost 55 million. Long time no see, yeah. I've been streaming a bit inconsistently, but that's inconsistently, sorry. That's because I've had pardon me, some uni assignments and a bunch of sport going on. And then what we'll do as well before Kingsland, we're saving all materials until then, but I'm going to finish off this crit. It is extremely tempting to do this right now, but I'll save it all before Kingsland, just so we can do it all in one big go. And then after I do this, because this is a guaranteed crit now, I took 3 attempts, so 3 25s and so many materials, but we'll get there. And then after that, we'll do this one if we have enough materials. Wait for Alliance mobilization. Yeah, so if Alliance mobilization comes in before Kingsland, then I'll do it then. But otherwise, I will be doing it as soon as, or like a day before Kingsland opens up. And as you can see, I've spent 10,000 gems to buy these conversion stones because it's going to take me 7. My main priority is swapping this one over, and this one's going to take me 17 stones to swap over. And then this is what's going to hurt me the most, is this one here, which is going to take me 26. And then there's always an and then here, and then 10 stones for this. So if I was to spend, it's going to take me, I think, like 500,000 gems, or like $400 or $600, and it's just, if not more than that, it's just, yeah, nice. Not worth it. So I might fall behind a little bit, but personally, I don't think it's worth spending that much. It's just an insane amount, in my opinion. So we're going to go through my farms here. And as you can see, this farm as well, if you guys haven't dropped in the last stream or two, it got to VIP 15. Just sitting in this alliance here. So I got from VIP 13 to 15 in one off-season sitting in the main alliance of 1875, which is really solid. And it's gotten 26,000 gems, which I'm saving for the next egg event, so I can increase or improve, so to speak, my cav set here, so it's better for barb forts. So we'll go through and claim all this. Got 200 to claim on 2 other accounts other than this as well. So I'll just let you enjoy this one for a moment. Oh my gosh. I'm always so lucky on my farm accounts, never on my main. See, a lot of people are buying the Recast and Reforge. I didn't record it, but we've had probably about 50 to 80, give or take, gold chests for the Recast and Reforge. Oh, more VIP. Yeah, Recast Reforged bundle. Because on my other stream, Suleiman, he bought like almost 10 of those, and then everyone else, or not everyone, a lot of the whales have been buying them as well. But unfortunately, I can't afford them because I'm just an average Joe, spending wise. So then, since we have had Lost Kingdom, I've gotten 80,000 VIP on this account, which is pretty crazy. And on my main account, I think I've gotten around the same, maybe a little bit less. So I'm about almost a million away from SVIP, which is my goal. So I'll swap over, or I'll show you my speed ups in this account, and then I'll swap over to my others. So I've gotten 200 days since Lost Kingdom open as well, because I trained quite a few troops up to prepare for this KVK. And as you can see, I have been making some new farms. You never have too many farms. So we'll swap over to that email there. There we go. So these accounts that I'm logging on to now has only been in the main alliance for maybe 2-3 days. Oh, do you guys notice they've just changed the name? They've added Endless War into the loading screen. I only just noticed that. That is so weird why they just changed that. I only just realized that today. What the hell? Oh, there we go. So not too many to claim, but still quite a decent bit. So we got 482.16. So 82.16. We'll see how many we have afterwards. So many speed ups, Jesus. Where's this luck on my main account? Okay, not too bad, not too bad there. Let's have a look. We're at 82.16. Let's see where we're at now. Yeah, 2 days. 2 days. We'll take that. And this one just got to VIP 13 as well, which is really solid. Also did spend on the more than gems. Just the gems that I got in this KVK. More farms that I made. And this one also just got to VIP 11, so a lot of small upgrades for my farm accounts, which is good. So it does all add up. Wow, lucky. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat here. Happy to answer them. I'll be going to logging on to all my farms, sending them out, and start growing them up a bit. And then after that, we'll do some barb forts if I feel up to it. So many speed ups. Let's go. So we have had a few people migrate out of 1875, which sucks, but you know, people come and go. It is what it is. Bunch of speed ups there as well. So I think, let's see what you're at 2.8. So we've lost about 100 billion kill points since we registered. Because I think Rhetoric's, this is the account name, he left to 1966. I think there's some new project starting there or something. Finally an Aussie. Don't come by many of them anymore in Rock. Yeah, nice. There's not too many of them, brother. But, you know, you got to enjoy it while you can. I'll show you. There's a few of them. There's actually more than I thought, considering, you know, the population size of Australia compared to the rest of the world. But yeah, there's very, very few of them. There's only one other Australian content creator that I know, which is Skinsy. But yeah, there's like not many of them at all. And I'm not sure if you're Australian, but Rise of Kingdoms is a hard game for us Australians, New Zealanders, and you know, all those countries around us, because pass openings at midnight, 1 a.m, 2 a.m. is just insanely cooked. So there is an Australian chat here, or Australian and New Zealand chat. I only just got added to it, I think 2 or 3 months ago now. So there is actually more than I thought. So there's around 400 people in the chat, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, when there's like what 200,000 plus or 1 million people playing Rise of Kingdoms, it's not too many. So where is it? It's got the end. Yeah, so it's this one here. 300 people, so it's not too bad, but it's like obviously nothing compared to everyone else, but still a very solid amount, I would say. So, you know, they talk about, you know, the footy, you know, the government issues, you know, not political issues, that's not good to bring up in the game, but all that sort of stuff surrounding Australia at the moment and everything like that. Skins, yeah, I know of him. Oh, sweet. You're Aussie? Sweet. Where are you from, if you don't mind asking? Like, what state are you from? I'm from New South Wales myself. An hour or two outside Sydney. So these are the new farms I create. I'm just logging into them once a day. I'm claiming all the chests. This is my second Accounts Kingdom. Yeah, so just logging into once a day, sending 1 troops. And then just upgrading when I can, and then going on to the next one. Yeah, all just scattered around, yeah. That is true. There's not really more than 1 or 2 in a kingdom, from what I know. Because, you know, it would be good if we all had a Aussie-only kingdom, but, you know, we might last an hour or two for past opening, and then we'll, like, go dormant, and then we'll peak again in the enemy's downtime. So, we're able to get, like, no fighting, but then it might work, to be honest, but we'll get like no fighting if we're in our downtime if we don't use pilots. So that's that one done, and let's log on to these farms here. Queensland, bro, the best state, not a West. Oh, hell no. I don't know how I feel about that, eh? Queensland. Oh, that's rough. I feel sorry here in Queensland. New South Wales got to be top tier. But, you know, currently, I would say Queensland is probably looking a little better. They got 50, because of the fuel prices at the moment, because, you know, we all know what's going on at the moment. But because of the fuel prices at the moment, it's just so cooked. And our public transport is still costing so much, because for me to get to uni and back from where I go, it costs $15 a trip, but in Queensland it costs 50 cents. You know, there's positives and negatives. A negative for Queensland is that, you know, you go for Queensland state of origin, you know, and they're not great at footy. No, I'm kidding. You know, they're decent. What kingdom are you in, if you don't mind me asking either? And it's also sort of a bit mid being an Australian and trying to stream that sort of stuff, because whenever is like the best time for me to stream, it's always either when, you know, the Americans or, you know, the people on the other side of the world are either at work or sleeping. What can you do? What can you do? Oh, that's almost done. I should probably wait till this is finished. Yeah, I will. So this is R4 account. So I'll log onto this, and then we'll go to my second account and do some faults while we wait for this pit to reset here. You're having a laugh, mate. Good weather all year round. Good vid. No complaints here. That's fair. Cannot complain there. Only the lack of good footy players, I guess, you can complain about. No, kidding. You guys are chill. I always love going up to the Gold Coast and to Queensland for holidays. It's always really hot. Not really hot, but, you know, it's always usually pretty good weather. So go to my second account here and do some forwards. I forgot. I'm going to log on my phone to go into another account so I can launch and join at the same time. I forgot what account I was logged into last on my phone, so it might kick me out here, or it might not. Okay, it didn't. It's on my other account. So we do 1+1 forts here, as you know most kingdoms do, to get the most amount of speed ups. And we are a D seed kingdom, but we got 3 alliance chests yesterday, and we've gotten 1 so far today. So it's really, really good and beneficial, especially when you have a lot of farms to do it with. And what also helps is that I haven't seen anyone mention it before, but when you finish KVK, you don't leave the alliance, so you keep it full with 183 members. So then if all of them collect gifts, you get 20% or extra keys here to get more chests, which is really, really handy. So I'll launch on my second account here on my phone, or my third account, really. There we go. Then we can have a quick sneak peek into the kingdom migration as well. I'll send you a message on your main. Oh, sweet. I'll look at it in a few once I've sent out my other farms here, and I've done a few forts. It's nice to meet a fellow Aussie. There we go. So most of our migrants are in rank 2 at the moment. Some of them are mixed in with old migrants, but we've had a few strong players, and we've had a few low end players, and a few old players come back. So this guy here, he's one of our better migrants. He is low power, but he has a lot of T4. But he has a max cav set, so he is going to be a really, really, benefit to our kingdom. So you look through his profile here, so quite a good trades. That's Garrison, but he has a really good cav set. So hopefully he cooks for us. This is an old player. This isn't a great. I don't know what. I didn't let her in. This is someone else's recruitment. It's not a great player, but hopefully she turns up. This is another old player. Not too bad. 100 million kill points last KVK, but hopefully he switches on next KVK. This guy was pretty decent. He did 200 million kill points in our last KVK, because most of these guys came from. They were in our same camp, and some of these players all came together since they were friends, so we had to accept the best players and the lower tier players. So it's another 200 million. You have 2 accounts? Yeah, I have a few accounts. So I got one in 1875 and one in this kingdom here. It's another lower tier player, but still decent. And this is a good player here. So this guy got, I think, around 800 million kill points, which is really, really nice. This guy here got about 600 million kill points, so he's really good, and got a good archer's head as well. Another lower tier, about 250 million kill points, not too bad. This guy here, he has a lot of farms and he's quite good. So this guy's gotten, I think, around 700 million kill points last KVK, so quite solid. It could be better, but pretty solid in my opinion. And that's pretty much most of the migrants. And we went from 110 billion kill points to 138. So yeah, so this is my second account here, where it has a still pretty solid marches here. I'll show you. So I have 6 marches still, and pretty good gear. So pretty much all the meta at the moment. I just need to swap over my skill damage sets over, and then has a few decent armaments and stuff here, but quite nice. I have to admit, I'm working on a second pincer right now. Oh, I forgot to film my rally with my second account. All good. What is this kingdom? This one's 1097. So this is. I've been in this kingdom for a few years now. I'm in it for the people, and it's a bit of fun here. I got some good friends here, and it's not a strong kingdom, like in the grand scheme of things, but for a D seed, it's very, very strong. So 140 billion and 5.5 billion power. So pretty solid for a D seed. And I'll swap over and I'll show you my main if you haven't seen it before. A while ago, I did post a account review on my main, but that was ages ago when I first started my account. So I'll swap over here and I'll be there in a second. And then also have a third account, but it's not really a proper account. It's sort of just a T5 filler for my DC kingdom and for army groups. We'll just check how this is going. How long do we have on the pit? Okay, so I got a little bit. So I'll show you my main. My main's okay. It's just glitch. There we go. So it's definitely my gear wise on this. My main account is much better, but the armaments are probably on par. With my second account. So I still. Oh, you see a message here. Rip. W. So you're in KVK right now. Solid. Yeah, so this is my main account here. So much better gear. So it has almost a max set of cav. A decent infantry. I was making this to be a garrison leader. So, this is what you should make really if you want to become a garrison. Otherwise you go for the 4-piece infantry set for the march speed. Archers. So my main goal is to get everything to tier 3 and start critting because I like the trip capacity for Canyon. I'm a Canyon junkie. My second infantry for the march speed, as you can see, the 4-piece set for the inf. My second cav that I've started to crit. I can finish this now, but I'm going to do it either when Alliance Mobilization comes around or when just about before Kingsland happens. And it's my third cav that I don't touch. So I used to be a skill damage garrison rally, and I had Intrepid on this one, and then I swapped it over to Delta. I wish I got Unstoppable instead, so I get Butterfly, but I wasn't ever to know because I got Intrepid months before Delta came out. My second Delta is still in a work in progress, but still decent. This needs to swap over eventually, but I just don't have those swapping stones at the moment, as I want to do my archers first, which is this one here, and then infantry solid. Next time I get probably next time I get a legendary inscription from the merchant shop, I'm probably going to put it on this or on my second cav. I haven't really decided, still a while away. And then my main cav, which I'm getting closer to getting Butterfly. I think you should at least get your archer boots to level 4 at least. Yeah, so that is good for, pretty much everyone for the extra march speed. For me, I'm just, what you do at the moment is in the game. I do what I enjoy the most. So I enjoy Canyon a lot and the troop capacity. I'm nothing compared to this guy who spent like $1 million or whatever. But I do what I enjoy, and I enjoy the troop capacity. So I'm going to try and upgrade everything I can just to get extra troop capacity and more crits. And especially because I usually max tech by Kingsland anyways. So by the time I max all the march speed, it's not going to be not going to be too bad really. But if you're a lower spender than I am, the march speed is even more crucial. Claim this. Yeah. So, but what's always recommended is do what you enjoy most. If you enjoy Siege, go in on Siege. If you enjoy Canyon, do Canyon. If you enjoy farming, go to a Dead Kingdom and farm. But just do what you enjoy. That's what the game is about, after all. In my opinion, anyway, guys. So I'll do a quick forward here. What are the bastion skills in your main? Yeah, I'll have a look in a second. I'll just fill this rally here. I only just saw your message and I've already swapped over. I apologize, but I'll just check this. I'll fill this rally here and then I will check the bastion skills. I haven't actually had a real good look at it. And I'm not going to lie, for the first zone, I forgot to unlock Belisarius. So if there was fighting, I would have had one less bastion skill than everyone else. So I just forgot. Where is it? There we go. Support skills. So I haven't quite finished this one yet. So we've got Alexander the Great, which is pretty good for infantry. Nebu, which I have him max for some reason, but extra march speed as well. Then Edward for more march speed for archers. And then we have Richard, which is pretty general. Cow, Frederick, Julius Caesar, and everything else is pretty across the board. That happens all the time. But I guess these two save me because 45% extra march speed for archers. So I won't need the tier 5 boots. Oh, have I not finished him? Oh no. I've forgotten to do this one. That's okay. Well, I'll make sure to do that. I'm happy I checked that now and not before. As you can see, I've leveled these up to level 8, and then I remembered this guy, and then I've just discovered him. Okay, well that's bad for me. Enjoy the best you want. Just like me, switches wedge to arch. Oh no. That's gotta hurt inside. That's gotta hurt inside. How long you've been in 1875 for? So I came about a month before the 1365 KVK. So probably around 4 or 5 months. I came just before, I think in October last year. So I think like, what's that? 3, 4, around 5, 6 months maybe? Maybe a little bit less than that. Almost done here. And I can show you what I achieved last KVK. So this is my chat here with all my farms. No, that's not it. So this is what I started the off season with, or halfway through it, and I'm at 1.02 million to go. Anyways, this is what I got. I got sidetracked. So against the 1365 KVK, or in that, so I should say, I got 3.97 billion kill points. So I was so close to the 4 billion, pissed and annoyed that I didn't get 4 billion, but you know, close enough. 191.4 million tier 5 kills, 14 million tier 4 kills, which is just from, you know, killing farms, reinforcing, and that sort of stuff. And I had 2 farms go in KVK, and I zeroed them, you know, as much as I could into flags and forts and rallies, and 4.35 million farm deads. And this is per zone. So as you can see, I got the most in zone 5, and slightly less in zone 6, and even less in Kingsland. It didn't last too long as 1365 gave up. And then in the Kingdom I ranked 30th, which is pretty good. And deads 53 and farms 49. I'm surprised I only ranked 50. I ranked 53 for deads because there's so many people. As you can see, in individual power. Hold up, if it'll let me do that. So there's so many people above me. Like, look at all these people above me in power. I'm all the way down here. I was even lower last KVK, but I ranked 95th in power, and somehow I got in top 50s for deads. But that just shows that I go all out. Anyway, so we're just waiting for this pit to go down, and then we can start sending some farmers out. And we usually have a one-shoot fort as well, so I don't know why we don't at the moment. Maybe it's because it's in the off-season, but we got up to 100 million credits in this farm alliance, and then slowly but surely it's working its way down. But we have a lot of forts prepared, a lot of credits to place forts. And remember, guys, if you would like to like and subscribe, we are only 3 subscribers away from 170, so we are very, very close there. Other reason I did Arch is because I love Attila Martel. That's fair, that's fair. It's a really, really, really good counter rally, but not much else, not good for too much else, unfortunately. But Arch still does work with Attila really well. If you run Attila Achilles or anything behind it, like Attila David even, it still does sort of decently with Arch. Obviously it depends on, you know, your stats, inscriptions and everything like that. Just while waiting, we'll do a daily task. I don't usually do this on farms, but just because we have the time, we may as well. Even Attila David's doing good? Yeah. So I've seen a lot of testing on that, and that's what I'm going to be maxing next. What is that, a mart? What the hell? Those barbarians look very weird. But yeah, so on my main, I'm going to be maxing David and Sun Tzu. So I'm maxing David because A, he's usable in the field. Maybe not amazing, but still usable. And he's also good in garrison. So my gear is pretty solid to be able to garrison it. So I'll be able to garrison 1875 shortly. So almost done here. Almost done with this pit, and then we can move on to each of my farms. It's just taking forever. But the new calf cycle will come around June, July. I think it'll come later than that, my guy, as archers are due to come in a month or two if they don't delay, and so calves will be like 6 months after that, because I believe leadership may be released before then as well, because our last leadership was Philip, I think, because Hector and Achilles were in a KVK format. I'm pretty sure, or Hector was anyways, I'm not sure, but I think calves are a little bit further along than June or July, I hope, because then I won't have enough gold heads. It's always a guessing game. But we'll see. We can probably start march out here. So I have presets for all my gold pit march and one troop, but yeah. Is anyone else online? Okay, just me. So I should be able to fit all my farms into the gold pit. And a trick, if you want it to get it exactly on the marker, so you don't have to replace it, is you press go. If there's nothing around it, build straight away. There we go. And that's on the marker right there. And we put 50k, so actually we'll put 75k. So this has enough troop capacity or gathering capacity for a lot, but my smaller farms don't. I usually do 50k so all my farms can fit in, but you know, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I think totally after I've maxed, oh, sorry, I'm having a stroke here. After I've made all my farms, I think I have around 45, 46 farms now. Do you rate the Wedge 2.0? Yeah, I think Wedge 2.0 is broken. Like, archers were never really out of meta, but the rallies are just going to be insane now, like even more insane, because after David got introduced and you know, Hector, archers haven't been that amazing, but they've still been very usable, don't get me wrong at all, like for DPS, but now with the new formation it's just simply insane. So it's really good for archers. Is that annoying? Yes, because I'm a cav main, but it's good for my second account, I guess, but also it's not going to be good for cav, I don't think. It's not going to bring back cav. Huro Jones is just too squishy and it's just too outdated, just to be straight up with you. But it's, overall for archers, it's going to be really insane for archers. But for infantry, no one has really done the testing, but it'll be a similar story with the cav, where I think Ragnar just doesn't do it, just doesn't cut it anymore. So it's still a safe bet to go 2 pincer marches if you have 2 infantry. But if you have 2 cav, still go 2 combo, in my opinion, at the moment. Unless in the next cav cycle they somehow bring back a skill damage cav commander, but that wouldn't make sense to me as to why they would do that. Buzzwell, what's going on? Welcome into the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it here, mate. Feel free, and I'm happy to answer anything pretty much. Xenoman, I forgot you run 3 cav or 2 in your main. Yeah, I run 3. I run 3 cav, so it's a little more difficult for me. So I think I'm not going to upgrade that. So for me, my next steps, after I max David, eventually I want to move into the 3 combo line, like 3 combo marches. So I might end up maxing probably, and I'll finish maxing Philip with dailies, but I think I'll probably max GG eventually. I don't want to, as I don't think he'll last long term, but we'll see. I run 3 cav, 2 inf, and then 1 archer. So at least I'll run 1 archer, so it's not too expensive for archers wise to swap over my gear and armaments, but with my skill damage cav left over, it's still expensive as. And so once I swap over my other skill damage, or my main skill damage set for cavalry, I'll have 2 decent delta sets, so I can have a backup garrison for my city if I have my main delta out, for example. I just woke up. Oh, welcome, Buzzwell. Welcome. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was just saying before, it's sort of a bad time for me to stream, I think, when it's best for me, because it's, you know, it's still early morning for a bunch of people across the world. So I think, like, people in the Middle East around there are still waking up, in Europe and all that. But, you know, this is ideal time, at 9 PM for me. So, you know, when I finish work, sport, and uni and everything like that. Just going through all my farms. I haven't actually done a farm stream in a while, since I've been focusing on my second account because we just finished KVK and just setting up the off season. You know, the bar fort minimum, you know, everything along those lines. One shoot forts and just starting to grind out those lead by example. Oh, what is he doing? Yeah, and then just in KVK doing bash and quest and everything like that. I hate it when people send it to the same node as me. So you can run Achilles, GG, Arthur, Hector, Attila, David. David 4th skill would give you huge advantage because 3 combos. Yeah, so that's definitely along the lines. However, I don't think I'll have the gold heads to max 2 more commanders, especially with the new archers around the corner. But I might not even max the new archers because QSH is still broken. And it's still one of the best, if not the best, commander in the game, even after the next generation of Cav and Imp has been released. But we'll see. So I was thinking of running like Arthur Hector. No, not Arthur Hector. I was thinking of running Arthur, Philip, Attila, David. Then I'm not quite sure how I run with Achilles, but it might end up being GG. But we'll see what happens. Because it's a bit of a toss-up. With infantry, it's more straightforward. Because you got, you know, Leah, Alex, he'll do the job for you. BQ, CJ, there's so many options. But for Cav, especially for Delta, because for skill damage there's a lot of options. But you know, skill damage is just dead set bad. You know, try not to swear here. Man, with new wedge coming out, which is a better garrison, Eleanor Hera, Attila David, 100% Attila David. Eleanor Hera was never really that good. Eleanor Janzika was only really good in passes back in the day, but yeah, no, Eleanor's nowhere near in meta anymore, unfortunately. As much as I would want it to be, because of my skill damage set, it's not in meta anymore. Like, the skill damage seems really good, but with the, you know, the new archers and the next generation of infantry, Ivar and everything like that, it's just not in the meta anymore, unfortunately. And especially because the Archer Rally just counters Hera, like just straight up counters Hera, because it removes the shield, I believe. So it's just irrelevant now, Hera, unless you're just filling with Siege. And the damage factor, other than, you know, the Cherry of the Wind or whatever it's called, is good, but everything else isn't really relevant nowadays, unfortunately. If you have nothing else, then obviously you'll have to go with Eleanor Hera, but no, if you have a preference, do not use Eleanor Hera, in my opinion. And Attila David as well. One, because Attila is a very anti-swarm, so, you know, if they swarm it, they will trade really, really negative. And David is just, the combo damage he does is just insane. So the combo between those two and the pairings is just, it's just insane. It's just insane. Trying to climb this damn wood. There we go. Or Arthur Phillip, since you do dailies, yeah. So I'll definitely end up putting Phillip into my lineup, but obviously depends if there's any new commander sets released after my current KVK, because I'm not sure if I have another off season or if we'll go straight into KVK, but you know, we'll have to see what happens here. Because I think if it depends how long King's Lane goes for. If it goes for like 6 days and everyone is drained, then we'll do a longer off season, but I don't see that happening. I think it might go 2-3 days max, but I don't think that'll drain everyone very quickly. But we'll see here. Bro, I'm running QSH Shajar. That thing does not die, yeah. That march is simply insane for altars. It's still decent for open field, but QSH Zuge is still overall better for open field, as AoE is crazy, but QSH Shajar is just too good for, it's just simply too good for altars as a healing, and the constant red numbers from QSH is wild. That's one thing I sort of not regret, but annoyed with that, because I only run one Archer March. Shajar was never in the picture for me, so I never maxed it, but I'm happy with Cav at the moment. I've always loved Cav. one last farm in this email. Well, I'm pretty sure you'll have to get GG when the new cav comes out, as long as it is an AoE. Yeah, main cav. Yeah. So I'll double check once we finish these farms. So this one was already done. So swap back to my main, and we'll see what are the possible pairings if I decide to go on 3 Delta. But I don't see that because I don't have the stones at the moment. If somehow I get a miracle amount of stones that come in, and I'll swap it over straight away, but I just simply don't think I'll have enough stones. So what I was thinking of running was Arthur, or is it Arthur Philip? Because my Philip is almost max, so that's 1 March. And then Attila David, which is a 2nd. Then I got to run Achilles with someone. Or I could run Attila Subotai and Achilles David, but that probably won't do very well. But I need someone to pair with Achilles, which might end up being GG, but I'm simply not a fan of him, as I don't think he'll last very long. So I haven't spent any gold heads in him yet. It's only from the wheel, but we'll see. Because I think I only just have enough heads. I'll have around 300 spare once I max all my needed commanders, and then that'll only just tide me over when the new archer comes out, but we'll see. And the reason why I haven't maxed any new commanders yet is because for recharge events I can get some more heads for Sun Tzu. So it'll save me a few heads here and there. So we'll do another fort, and then we'll go into some more farms. Because yes, I got a lot of resources here, but say I'll use maybe 20 billion max for this KVK. That means the next KVK I'll be using so much more, as I'm assuming we will probably match in the 6 camp KVK, I'm guessing, with 1606, 1365 again, which I just hate. Actually, we may not, because if they're all drained from their current KVK, we may be sweet, but we'll see. Oh, more gems. Oh, lovely. GG, healing, need AoE. Yeah, exactly. Because if it's only a single target, it's will get outdated quite quickly, in my opinion. Yeah. Hey, Arblade, finally welcome in. I hope we get new Archer Garrison. Yeah, so I think that's the next up. So it's going to be Archer Field and Archer Garrison. So it's going to be really good for my that's going to be really good for my 2nd account. So these are some of my new farms that I just made that I log in once or twice a day and upgrade a few things. I wait for some help to come in, then I'll upgrade again. Arblade, what's up? Yes, he's finally here. Buzz, that doesn't make sense, Arblade. Come on. He's another Queenslander, Arblade. Another one was just in the chat here before. It was Wolverine, or that's how I see his name. Probably a bit dyslexic, but yeah, he was just in the chat here before, another Australian. David, only get him to 5515 for the field. Yeah. That would be good if you're only using for the field, because the 2nd or 3rd skill, is useless. However, I will be a backup garrison for 1875 in Kingsland, so I need that 3rd skill max to be a garrison. Because, in Kingsland, I have a feeling that we'll get 2 versus 1 initially, or they won't say it, but I feel like we'll get hard focused as pretty much in the first few hours of Kingsland, because we are the strongest camp, in my opinion, out of the 3 that are fighting. So, it'll be quite hard to hold all the touch points, so we need as many garrisons as we can. And then, we'll see how we go from there. But yeah, so I need the 3rd skill, basically, to summarize. We need the 3rd skill here for the garrison, as I will be garrisoning Kingsland. And I will be streaming that as well, so hopefully it'll be sweet. It may not be as entertaining as the 3308 KVK, as they actually have 4 camps fighting, but we still have 3 really, really strong camps that'll be fighting. They'll be fighting against us here, because it is going to be a free-for-all. We haven't had the rules posted yet, because we said there was going to be some rules to this free-for-all to make it fair, but we haven't heard as of yet, but we will see. We'll see here soon. Yeah, Buzz is a close mate of mine. Oh, nice. Are you guys in the same kingdom, or you just know each other from in-game? I need so much more gold. I haven't as you can see this here, there's quite a bit of resources still loaded on it. Oh, why does it take me to that node if there was someone marching to it? So I have 2 farms here. I got this account and then this. Oh, I don't want to change my language. And then Hey Baby 9 with a few backup resources. So about a total of 400 million, maybe a billion or 2 resources, just in case, because you never know what might happen here. So it's always good to have some backup resources, as you can see here, because you never know what will happen. And on this account as well, I'm upgrading everything. As you can see, I did upgrade it to level Steel 25, so I'm upgrading all the buildings here to prepare to be a filler eventually. It takes a long time if you don't spend, as you can see, on farms, but I think personally it's worth it. Because especially in lower seeds, if one person like me, for example, I have like 10, 15 Steel 25 accounts, I got some spread out. So I got some of my second account's kingdom, and then I got like 8 here. And imagine I have 1 or 2 cracked garrisons. So I have a cav and archer, 1 on each account, and I can just stuff it with all these farms. I can hold a front just on my own. That's what is really valuable in lower seed KVKs anyways. Sorry, been busy a while. I'm game retired. Bruh, your kingdom was just in a KVK, was it not? I haven't looked at the outcome if they won or not. Oh, that reminds me. I want to see what happened to the 3308 KVK. Because last time I saw, they were still at a stalemate. I piloted for 2359 and they eventually kicked out 1606. But I'm not sure about what happened with 1365. I really hope 1365 loses. I just hate him. So it's already S plus KVK. It's crazy. I've lost too many times to 1365. Or 1870. Oh my gosh. Like, 338 didn't even build any forts. They just tried to build around him. To be fair, 1365 are known for forts. I was surprised that 1875 was able to keep up with them with the last forts, last KVK. So I think the 1365's main goal was to try and just outlast and just drain 3308 in general, because as you know, 1365 uses their farms more than any other kingdom, I would say. And if they can trade main accounts for farms, that's really beneficial for later in the KVK. So yeah, they're all farms there. Anyway, I got a bit sidetracked, but I'm guessing 2359 side is going to win. But I hope, because I really like 2359. I have a lot of good friends there. But I do kind of hope 1365 loses. But, you know, they can't lose unless 2359 loses. But, you know, we'll see what happens, because I just don't think 1606 is, you know, as strong anymore, because they do have a few really cracking plays, you know, Woodaddy, Chadsky, Itachi and all that sort of stuff, but compared to 2359 and I think 3308 and a few of those big boys, they're not up there in my opinion, because the activiness in there, or the activity in general, like in the field and everywhere, is just not there. They have like, you know, 10, 20, 30 accounts always piloted, but the rest are sort of a bit, you know, here and there, not very active in my opinion. There you go, another farm here. As long as it's funny, I don't care that you get targeted. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, so a lot of daily farms here, and I've just only increased my workload by making more farms, but they will pay off over time. Where's all the resource nodes out? There we go, there we go. Me and Buzz just go way back. I might skip schoolies, mate. Oh no. Can't believe you've done this. I mean, to be fair, they're one of the best schoolies destinations, either Bali or Gold Coast. But if you live in the Gold Coast, it's probably not that exciting if you've probably already been to, not all the clubs if you're not 18, but you've been to the theme parks and everything. But I don't know, schoolies was a great experience for me. I loved it. Yeah, it's done. I gifted my account. What, for real? I thought you were planning on obtaining another account and sharing with your missus. Were you not? Why did you quit for? Just taking up too much time for the school, I'm guessing? Which is fair enough. You're lucky. You're lacking on chat this stream. No, we had a lot of it before, but you know, some people aren't comfortable with talking, which is fine. They're just happy, just chilling. And we are only 2 subscribers away from 170 guys. So I would appreciate it if you guys could subscribe here. Schoolies gets too wild. No, that's just the media trying to scare everyone. It's really not that crazy. And in case you guys, most of you don't know what schoolies are, it's basically an Australian tradition where you go out and party for a week after you finish high school. And just go crazy for a week. Or you can travel to Bali, basically just travel and go crazy for a week. Mine's gifted, now we broke it off. That sucks. So what, why did you decide to quit? That's no good. Or just had enough of the game. Yeah, I've also crafted a bunch more on my farms here. Well, not on this farm, but on my other farm. So it's getting to a trap city level. The armaments is still lacking. Not on this account. This account's dog water. Hey baby one, it's a little bit better. Time and effort for Lilith to stuff up free to players, yeah. That's fair. Especially with the new armaments. But in low seeds it's not too difficult, but in high seeds it gets really, really difficult to compete. Especially if you're not in a high seed kingdom. Like Imperium level. Because I remember Socks are great. The reason why he quit, it just took too long and too much time to grind to even trade positive or slightly negative against the massive whales. And even though he was in 1606, 1960, got a massive amount of gold chests and everything, he still just couldn't keep up in the end. And especially with the new armaments that got, you know, these conversions and, you know, Wedge 2.0, he wouldn't have been able to keep up. He would have had to save for like a year to have the amount of gems to swap over. So we'll swap emails here again. Yeah, I mean, even for me, the only times I really spend is for Crystal Tech. Swap emails here, guys. Yeah, so as you know here, as you're literally watching me doing, I have to go through all these farms to get enough resources for KVK. And it's so much time. And I'm just lucky with my kingdom piloting wise, you know. Because in my high seed, it's 100% required except for special people like Games Gaming, which is, you know, because he's a partnered Lilith creator, which I'm not yet. But yeah, so you know, I get lucky. I get free pilots because Abu Hind feels generous enough to sponsor me. But this KVK I might not need it, depending on how long Kingsland goes. Folks, I have a few friends that are happy to help me out playing. So we'll see. But I'm looking forward to the Kingsland. The Kingsland should be insanely goated. And especially because in this KVK, it's the Karawak level 3 is actually before Kingsland this time. So I should be able to cook. For Kingsland. So my tech will be almost maxed. Because in my last KVK in Orleans against 1365, whatchamacallit, for some reason Lilith put Karawak level 3 after Kingsland, which makes 0 sense, so I had to buy an extra Mountain Warfare to, you know, make up for that, but it's still really solid, and I still managed to perform really well, in my opinion. Like, I've transferred already, and I haven't been active on these farms maybe once every 2 days or 3 days, because I've just been too busy with Bash and Quest on my second account, but, you know, every single account here, so times by 30 is still like 600 million each. And I didn't do Melon event on these farms as I simply just didn't have time. I had about 5 uni farms come in at the same time. It's all good. My account is decent armaments as well, just bad/hard to convert. Yeah, it's annoying, especially since they, you know, because the skill damage for Cav is just not relevant anymore. So that one costs expensive. 1 second. Sorry, I'm back. Someone just came into my room. But yeah, so free to play is just cooked, especially with Delta and the new skill damage formation. It's cooked. I mean, to be fair, QSH does still work really well with the 5%, but you're going to be out of meta if you don't have it. Hello, I want to ask you a question about migration. Yeah, go for it. Shoot for it. I know pretty much most things about migration, except the only thing I don't know is about migrating back to KVK2, as I haven't done that in about like 3 years. Like, shoot for the stars. Shoot for the stars. Because I actually did just recruit so many players for my second account's kingdom as well. Got about 30 billion kill points worth in. It's not a massive amount for like ACs or Imperium levels, but for DCs, which my second account is in, it's quite substantial. And it's a really, really strong DC kingdom. We've got good leadership over there. We know what we're doing. I'm the main war lead, so it definitely makes it better if I do it all myself, because I know what I'm doing. I'm in KVK2 and I fight, and then during the fight, if I migrate, I'll get my resources and troops back. Yeah, so I think it's called the Hall of Heroes. I'm not sure what it's called in KVK2. But I'll load up here. So you'll have something virtually similar to this here, where it'll have your deaths, and I think it'll have your resources spent. I'm not sure if that is actually in KVK2 now, but if it is, and then if you migrate back to play KVK2 again, you will get it back after this time ends. So for example, say hypothetically, if this makes sense, say I've spent 100 million resources, right? And that's how much I'm getting back, sorry. I won't get it back as soon as you migrate. You get it back when this timer ends. So say in your case, say you've spent maybe 1 billion resources and you have 100 million coming back, and then you have 1 million power worth of troops coming back for KVK2. You'll only get those troops returned and the resources returned once this timer here, the 35 days free sample timer, has ended. So no matter how early you migrate, that's when your resources and troops will return to you, I believe, in no matter what KVK. Because I migrated me KVK to 1875 a while ago, and I didn't get my resources or troops back until that countdown finished. So it doesn't reset when you migrate. It just still keeps ticking over, and you'll only get it back once that timer ends. And there's nothing you can do to speed that up at all. And I believe they just recently changed the way you can migrate back. So your account has to be of a certain age. So instead of being like 100 days, it has to be like 80 days older than the kingdom you're going back to, I think. Something like that. Okay, thank you so much. Will I get a mail saying when I get it back, when I migrate? Yes, you will. Yes, you will. So as soon as you migrate, you get, I think, 1 or 2 emails. I'm not sure if there is a resources returned in KVK2 because I haven't played that in a while, but 100% for troops. You'll get an email once this loads here. You get an email on the system side of things, and will come up with your troops, and then it'll have a countdown around where this level 6 pass is, and that'll be your countdown timer. And you can favorite it and put it in your favorites if you want to, watch the timer, so or how long till until they come back, or you can just remember it, or if you just want it to be a surprise, then it is what it is. But yeah, you should get a mail as well. That's how it works in Season of Conquest, and I believe it's very, very similar in KVK2. But you will get your troops returned, and if it has resources returned, you will get that back. And just a tip, because if you want to be competitive, I'm really big supporter on farms. So before you migrate, make 2 more characters in that kingdom beforehand, so you can grow those accounts. This is the best way to make farms, where before you migrate, for example, I was going to go back to this kingdom, but I'm going to wait a bit a lot longer. So I want to say in 1875, you make 2 characters in the kingdom you're going to. You grow it and you can make it more farms, and each time you migrate, you make 2 more characters, and then eventually you'll get so many farms. And if you do it on multiple different emails like I do, your farm accounts just compile, and you start to get a lot of farms, but it takes a while, to get the amount of farms that I do. It takes quite a few years or a lot of spending to do so. Because there is another way where you can just make it in random kingdoms, but those kingdoms don't really like people doing that. And it's really hard to, because if you don't get accepted into the alliances, it's pretty much impossible to get to City Hall 16 to be able to migrate. So you have to either get lucky to get into another alliance, to either get helps, get a passport, or just grow in general. Or you just have to know people, because I know people in my second accounts kingdom here. That's how I get all allowed in the main alliance. So I can collect speed ups to level up quicker and just grow my farms a little bit quicker. And just another reminder, if you guys haven't, I'm only 2 subscribers away from 170 subscribers. So I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could subscribe and like the stream as well. It would help me a lot. And if you want to watch the armament upgrades, it's not clickbait. I did actually do it. I did it at the start of the stream. And so I'm doing my farms now. And what I did, I improved my delta formation on my main account slightly, and then as well as my second delta on my main account. And then on my second account, I made a better second pincer, and I added toppler to it. What I'm also annoyed about as well is how Lilith stuffed up this event, right? And so they added only 1 extra day, even though it was going off for I think 2 days. So all the legendary armaments I got on my main and all my other accounts that I do armaments on, it didn't count to the total, which just stinks. It's just really bad design from Lilith, I think. Because you would think they would test that and make sure it doesn't reset, but they didn't. It just makes no sense to me, but Lilith sometimes does some questionable stuff here. So I think I'm more than halfway through my farms. So I've gone through 3 males, and I think I got 1 or 2 more males to go, but not with this many farms. So I think I filled that up with only my farms. That's why I usually do 50k. But if it's only my farms, sometimes they don't have the capacity. Because if it only has my 30-something farms in there, then they will gather too much gold, and then they go home. It is what it is. And I just woke up my other account on another email. So I got, I think, we'll count it here. How many farms I have. Send this out. So how many farms I have in this alliance? Let's do, hey, baby. So I got 1 plus 20, so 21 plus 10. So that's 30. And then I have 3 in the main alliance. I have 33 farms. I got 3 in the main alliance as well. And then all these other ones here in my second accounts kingdom, which I can have a look, see how many I have in this kingdom as well. So we stock this alliance up as much as we can before KVK, so 183 members. And so every account collects it, the daily forts, and the more keys we get, the more chests we get. And we got 3 yesterday, and we've gotten 1 so far today, so it's really, really good with this strategy. Let's do this quickly, and I'll see how many farms I have in this alliance. A lot of the ones in this alliance are still growing, but let's have a look nonetheless. So this is my second account, my alt account, and these are all my farms. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 farms that are still growing. This one's pretty much ready, but I can't migrate it into 1875 yet, as I'm in KVK in 1875, as most of you guys know. So we'll swap over again there. Let's go. So I'm so excited for Kingsland, but you gotta wait like so many more days for it. And so this account I think started with pretty much 0 days. Is that 17 days since it's been in this alliance? So quite a lot of speed up regeneration here, which is really, really good for a DC kingdom in my opinion. Because it is DC at only 5.5 billion power. Pretty strong, almost 140 billion kill points. And, you know, overall, really strong for a DC. So we'll swap emails again here. And we have about, I think, 6 max level rally garrison players. And then we have around the same VIP 18 plus. But obviously, as time goes on, we're only going to get more and more. But it also helps our kingdom is ancient. Like, it's the 97th kingdom in the game. So that helps. So we've had a lot of time, or the people that are in this kingdom initially has had a lot of time to progress their account. There's no resources nodes, come on, bruh. Let me click the button, no. There we go. Only level 6. Better than nothing here. Hey, let's go. 169 subscribers, a good number. Kidding. Only one away from 170. Slowly but surely we are getting there. I appreciate it, you guys. And I had T1s queued up because I was starting to do Melon event on some of these farms, and then I ran out of time. Because I actually think I did Melon event on this account for 2 days, and then I forgot to buy the resources because I just literally was just jam-packed with real life stuff, unfortunately. But it's not the end of the world. Still got some time before the next KVK, so it's not the be-all and end-all, you know. So yeah, on this account I did buy him, but it is what it is. What can you do? And if you guys have any questions, you know, how to grow farms or just farms in general, or if you just want to have a chat, feel free. Always down for a good chat. And then on my second account, I actually popped off. I only got the pop-ups at KVK, and I got 1.6 billion kill points. I think 1.8 million deads. And I think I was the best in my kingdom for kill points, deads, and everything like that. And I farm field with like 10 farm accounts as well, so I contributed massively. And then we won KVK. Sadly, we didn't get the star, but a win's a win. I got an autark because I performed really well. But you know, a win's a win any day of the week. I'm not too concerned over the star. The only benefit of having the star, in my opinion, is that you get lost my train of thought. The only benefit for getting the star is that you get an extra like 150, give or take, autarks for your camp, which isn't like a massive be-all and end-all thing. But the star is only cosmetic, so it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. The only things you want are the physical rewards, like, you know, gold heads, speed ups, conquest coins, everything like that. Everything else is just cosmetic and not needed. That's my opinion. I have a very black and white view on this sort of stuff. So we got one more mail after this one to go, and then we can do some barb force and just keep yapping. And on these farms especially, I try and focus gold when I can, because I have the civilization for it. The Mayan civilization is really good for farms that focus on gold gathering, because it gives, I think, like 10% bonus or something. We'll have a quick look here in a second. But yeah, the 10% bonus, it's not massive, but it does add up over time. The Maya civilization, my apologies. Yeah, so gold gathering by 10%, which adds up. It does add up over time. So these are 2 more of my farms that I've been logging into. These ones have grown really quickly, because I managed to get in early into the alliance, and I got like 10,000, 15,000 gems from rewards, and it helped me get to VIP 6, and then you can have 2 builders, and then you go crazy. And being the main alliance, like, look at all the speed ups I've gotten from being the main alliance and doing a bunch of forts on my second account. Sorry, it just really helps with progression for farms and saving rewards and speed ups for KVK. There we go. And if you guys want me to review any of your marches, or if you want any advice or anything, feel free to let me know here, and you can send it to my main account, and then we can I'll see what we can do to fix, not to fix, or to improve your account, probably a better word. There we go, we've claimed everything here, yep. And it's also good to have these bounties up, so if people do reach 15 forts, which our minimum is much lower than this, but if people do get this, they get extra resources, so just improves or encourages activity for our alliance. And it's good for recovery, so anyone who's active will get more and more resources compared to everyone else, which is just how it is. So we'll swap emails here again, guys. This is my last mail, and I have a few more farms here that are growing and some that are active, so we'll show you here. So I'm a really hard focuser on farms, so this is my third account really, so it's nothing crazy, but has 3 marches here, 2 cav and 1 infantry. I'm trying to max this one as much as I can, not too bad. And these are the farms, so we got another 5 farms here, another one growing, and then these other ones. This one I accidentally made, ironically, in a KVK2 kingdom, but they've allowed me one of their farm alliances just to chill, gather power, and just wait until Season Conquest opens so I can migrate into 1875. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but in the trend in my accounts, a lot of them are CL 22. This is because it's the cheapest way to unlock 5 marches. And the only benefits of getting it higher is, A, you can get a higher resource transmutation capacity. So instead of being 4 million like it is for me now, it can get up to 10 million. Or it's like 3 million for something. Either way, it just increases the transportation capacity. So at the moment for me, it's 3 million. And it obviously goes up to 10 million, as you guys would know. But then the only other benefit is, increased troop capacity. Sometimes you can increase, the production here if you upgrade that, but everything else is just a waste of resources. So if you want to efficiently gather gold, keep it at level 22 and try and send out for gold as you can, as much as possible. For me, I can't really gather gold too much, only with like 10 accounts, and then I run out of nodes because there's about like 400 other accounts trying to gather at the same time as me, which makes it very difficult. So this is the other kingdom I was talking about that we got lucky and allowed in this kingdom to just sit and grow basically. I'll log on this very, very inconsistently, so I think see again, there's no helps either really, but it's good for the small buffs here that you can get. But it's better than nothing, and I got a free passport from it as well, so at the moment I'm just trying to upgrade it all to level 24 because I got resources I may as well use here. Bunch of gems as well. I just noticed how many gems I have, to be honest. Anyway, and I don't send resources or gatherers out. It's just a waste of time on that account anyways. And let me know if my mic is either too quiet or the music is too loud. We can adjust that. And then, so I'm not bothered gathering food or wood or anything because I got 11 point something billion on my main account, like of food. And I have the least amount of gold and then stone, and wood I don't use too much, as I only have one archer march, and everything else doesn't use too much wood really. But because I run 3 cav, I need a lot of stone, gold, and food. So I need a lot more stone and food. So this is another farm I'm still growing, so I will collect everything, send the one ship, and we'll log into the next one. There we go, VIP. Hey baby 15, let's go. This one is I just woke up today. I was testing out something to see if it'll upgrade some buildings by itself for me, but it didn't. It did not, unfortunately. And I got like no troops in here to gather many resources, but that just happens over time. What level is this? That's how you know how long it's been when it auto claims all the villages for me, because that update was ages ago. Hey, almost finished on my. There we go. Farms are done. So I'll swap back over to this account because that's what I'm going to be doing some forts on soon or eventually. There we go. I'll swap back over to my main here to see what's going on there. Hey Asta, what's going on? I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right. What's going on? We upgraded all my armaments on my main account here towards the start of the stream, and then we've just been doing farms, you know, talking with chat and answering a bunch of questions. After that, how are you going, Asta? I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right, or if I butchered it. So what I'm trying to do on this account as well is make an even better trap city and trying to max Lapu Lapu. So I already have Hera maxed. So not a really good tertio set, but you know, a usable one. And then this is my sketchy garrison here. But it's better on my other farm, Hey Baby 1, which we just went through. It has a better set, but you know, it'll do the job. It'll do the job. I'll swap back over to my main here. Say hi from water in your KVK. Is this my mains KVK in 1875, or is it my second account's KVK that just finished? Water, I think that's 1718's camp, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1718's camp. Should be a fun KVK. I don't know if we're doing altars though. If we fight altars, it would make it a little bit more fun. Let's get Duke here and we'll do some training. Let's get in the chat here. So I'm just daily training up to these ones from T4 to T5 because that's the most efficient way to do it. But I'm not going to be spending any speed ups or too much speed ups compared to Cav, because I need to try and get as many Cav units as I can. I was going to be garrisoning or backup garrisoning for 1875. And I feel like Cav is meta right now, so you need more Cav than anything else. So I got almost 2.1 million T5 Cav, which is pretty solid. Showing my decent-ish gear here. Fam, nice. So individual power, I'm like all the way down the list. 534th. And I'm all the way up at 183, which I'll take that for kill points. So pretty solid for resource gathering. I'm number 14. This is crazy. 90 billion resources. I don't understand how you even gather that much, hey? And Ooh, spot on rank 100. I'll take that. Solid. So we'll launch a fort here. Are you excited for Kingsland, Asta? Should be a blast. Should be a blast. So we'll fill this rally here. The reason why I'm keeping my main account chilling here is because next to all my farms, and when I want to do forts I can, because only this account here is registered. Everything else doesn't have a domain slot. But we'll see. I might end up teleporting soon. But I don't think there's a point in teleporting near here, as we're not going to fight. I highly doubt we're going to be fighting these guys, because they're just a bunch of farmers. But they said they're going to defend their pass 7, so it'll be interesting if we get some fights. But if they defend the pass 7, I hope it's just not 1875 fighting. I hope 1981 and us push them out. Or what would be even better or funnier to watch, really, if 1718, fort drops in one of ours things here. And health, it's a 3 versus 1 on 1316. And then we just push them out, because these guys don't even deserve this zone, in my opinion. I just think it's a joke where you register for KVK when you're not ready and you pull a farm KVK in Imperium level. Like, I would understand if you D seed, C seed, even B seed, but rarely B seed. But having a farm KVK in Imperium is just a joke, especially when matchmaking is extremely, extremely even and is not cooked. Like, it's a perfect KVK for fighting, and they just choose to farm. I don't know. I don't get it, but that's just me. That's just me. I could be going crazy, but that's my view on it, anyways. We'll try and see if I can improve my let's recycle a few things here. We'll see if we can upgrade our barb fort equipment here. Because this is the main farm I use in the main alliance. Oh my gosh. Oh hell no, what the hell. I mean, that's decent. Not amazing, but I'll take that. 3% cav health as well. I'll take that. I was not expecting to get that from a blue crate, of all things. Oh, 1% all damage. But the inscription is pretty useless. Well, for barb for rallies, in my opinion, anyways. So we'll see if we can get lucky here. So we'll lock the 3% health. Let's see if we can get lucky. Sure, we'll take. That's pretty decent. That is decent. So we'll probably end stream around now. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out. We are only 1 subscriber away from 170 subscribers as well. So I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could subscribe and get us to that milestone, which would be great. And this is when, like in the first week that I made the account, and we've come from 28 to almost 170. So I'll take that. So I appreciate you guys for stopping in. And I will see you in the next live stream. And